I got the red. What's in the backpack? Dora the Explorer with that shiznit. Shiznot. Shiz what? I got the red in the slack pack. Oh, don't get caught like a rabbit, Jack. Jack of all trades, on track. Hopefully got a knack to be on point, sharper than a tack. No slack. Yo, I'm hella yacked, yoked up, I'm gacked. He's got the red, he's got a new rack. And yeah, this is what it is. In this moment, there's change, and somehow there's a condensation of no one necessarily is noticing the change. Not good, not bad. We're just seeing the micro change of there's a secret forever in change, and that secret forever, it's not good, not bad. The true one is really away from us. So I got the red, I got the white, and I got the blue. The blue. So I got red, white, and blue. And I'm just gonna act regular, do the kettlebells, and somehow I got the yellow. Somehow I got the yellow. So red, white, blue, and yellow. I think Uno already did that. Shout out to Uno and that, you know, game publishing company. Much love, respect, and balance, obviously, with New Grace Intelligence, obviously. But still, people want to like, people want to not good, not bad. People want to have a nuanced contract, obviously, you know. So I'm just kind of like, some people like, some people are not necessarily familiar with just different customs of quote unquote obviousness, end quote. And honestly, like in my backpack, oh shit, don't trip, don't trip. See the, don't trip, don't trip. In the backpack, I brought a lot of activities. And one of the activities is a kettlebell. I'm sober right now. And I just have, one of the things in my backpack is, it's coffee. So this kettlebell is really coming through. And it's just a 10-pound weight. So, and you know, shout out to this minor beach. I'm not really doing anything. I'm just kind of going along for the ride. And people living their lives. Infinite different perspectives somehow and simultaneously. It's allowed. ALLOWED. All owed. Allowed. All owed. All owed. Owed of the all. O-ed. D-E-E-D. Deed. The deed complete. Deed. Because D is to divide, to dissect, even destroy, you know, it's a division. That's what the D is, obviously. Within, it's a half a circle, it's the 50-50. It's just a half of the piece. It's a type of polarization. And allowed. So there's a polarization within the ow, because the ow, the OW, without an L, the owl has not been solidified. The owl, that's a dream owl. So all the dream owls in division, allowed. So that's what's allowed. Allowed, ALLOWED. Shout out to the predecessors for giving us that etymology tip. And also allowed, it also like, that's also some type of synonym or antonym or something, or yeah, synonym with being allowed. speaking aloud, you know? What's being uttered aloud is just allowed. It's all just allowed. That's the trickiness of Earth. Like we're not okay with the experiment for whatever reason, but we're only okay with our biases, and that's not necessarily like, that's not mentally sound, you know? Like like our way is the right way out of like so many different creatures' ways and so many different species' ways. It's just like our way is right. That's the only way that's right. And within those ways of being, there's waves within the wave. The wave of you. You are your own wave, from you being your own buoy, you know? And you being a buoy, we have to be like the buoy. We have to go beyond Bruce Lee. We have to structure ourselves within the changing currents of water, the buoy. So it's like, so us being that buoy, we have to get familiar with the ocean of how this local sea of just this, what's that word called? The local sea of the inhabiting community network, hive mind or whatever. We have to see how, just where they're at within the system, you know? Because the system, it's, you know, the system of like 3D Earth, not it, it's also like recognizing, it's also recognizing like things that don't change, you know? Things that are like more familiar, more earthy type of stuff. Because the earthy type of stuff, it's the earthy type of stuff, it's leaning towards lesser change. It's leaning towards consolidation. And from that consolidation, the humans are magically different. It's a different type of consolidation because the humans, there's something of a material form, right? But then like all of this like machine learning stuff, that's a different type of form of solidification. So for the real original predecessors to formate the different types of solidifications, that's their shit. Like the gods are that old, you know? And we just have a new bias and perspective, and our, you know, passed over emotions and quote unquote curses, end quote, from different lineages that hopefully we're like breaking, where we just have a new understanding of what like this quote unquote old shit, end quote, is. But it's not really old, you know? It's not really old. Nothing's really old, because the old order somehow already had a relationship with the changing newness of chaos. So the changing newness of chaos the changing newness of chaos, you could, in one way, you could look at the chaos as new energy, and you can look at the order as quote unquote old energy. And within that, we're smacked at 3D is a perfect representation of the order and chaos respectively. Because obviously we have a shared understanding and, you know, different relationships with that in itself, you know, because the ancients have been, they've been beyond talking about this. They more than knew this, because they've been with it longer, you know, respectively. So I want to open my backpack, show you the contents of the backpack, because like obviously like I intentionally brought the backpack because they're like you could put a bunch of stuff in the backpack, and once you open the backpack, oh, there's a pink surfboard right there. once you open the backpack, you know, like that's like the surprise is being revealed, right? So within the surprise being revealed, whoa, look at that wave, look at that wave. And I'm like, aside from anybody's perspective and bias towards me, I'm working towards neutrality of life, a different type of spirituality, like overall, like because it's not like contaminated by fragmented knowledge respectively, and from fragmented knowledge comes fragmented disaligned emotions, and then the human body, low key, the unconscious physical body is adapting from that very essence of that shit. So I brought the kettlebell somehow, and I mean, I'm not gonna open the backpack because I'm not gonna open the back. And I know, like, the tarot is transcending, the Fool card is transcending, the Fool card is transcending to something completely new, respectively. And the Fool card is, you know, the low key, it's the miracle chance. It's let the gratitude really get into you. And if it's not, why are we blocking that gratitude? Because we came here to learn something, because not everything's given. Everybody thinks spirituality is like, you know, all this goody two-shoe shit and like, you know, feel good all the time about our lives. No, if there weren't challenges, we wouldn't grow until the potential, obviously. So, and it's funny because, like, someone could be anywhere on the path, and they're just barely understanding that, you know, respectively. But it's like we have to question, like, you know, aside from all of these new aside from all of these new heights, what if there's like a God that's misunderstood, that is really like controlling all of this shit supposedly, but not exactly though, you know, because who are we to really know if we have the accurate answer? Like, how would we know if we have the accurate answer? What's going on? Have a great day. That's a band. That's a British band, right? U2? No, U2.
Yeah, U2.
Hello now. Let's get it on, America. I don't know how that song goes, but sorry. She said, I heard U2, not Mewtwo. U2, not Tattoo. I think Tattoo is like a German goth band. I'm not too sure. Tattoo, yeah, it is. Or I don't know if it's German, but it's T-A-T-U or whatever. But anyways, where the fuck was I at? God damn it. Where was I? Okay. Oh, but I said it, you know, I said it on the video, so I could go back on the video, not right now. But, yeah. All right, well, maybe I'll, so the thing that's new is the miracle of you, respectively. And then me working towards, oh, I shouldn't have, see, look at it, that's why sometimes, no, it's all good. I also was leading off of the insight. I was leading off with the insight of, you know, working towards neutrality, obviously respected, because it's a work, you know? It is some type of work. And within that work, you know, spirituality isn't like, it's not necessarily quote unquote all good, end quote, but it is though, you know, because everything's individually subjective to you, and if you say it is all good, then that's what you're ultimately working with in the bigger picture, and everything else will still, like, you know, try to communicate with you, all this self, right? Shout out to, like, you know, the ancient ascended masters, Tahuti, and pretty much all of them, you know, that have that are just like quote unquote controlling this shit. Because I think at the end of the day, I think it's like, since people can't really accurately judge and have the accurate answer for things, we can only quote unquote test things, end quote. But what is God testing us for? I think God is low-key testing us for if we can control ourselves. Because if we can't control ourselves, then we won't be appropriate within the environment that's testing us, you know? And the environment is testing us, because if we act out of pocket with the environment, then the energies will not harmonize with us, right? So since the energies won't harmonize with us, that's just our out of pocket energy shit, you know? And your out of pocket energy shit, eventually we have to swallow the hard pill of like life's accountability. And sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow, because we don't want to be accountable for, the human ego doesn't want to be accountable for this shit. Like, not me, not me. You followed up on desires to be a human and be about this experiment on some like fixed earth shit without the human lens. Just like because obviously the zodiac could be looked at like as just the energy temperament of the environments, and then the humans kind of having a new relationship with those environments. So there's a nuance with even astrology, respectively. So all of that shit is like, who's to say if it's accurate to say that God controls all of this shit, you know? Like, how would we accurately know that? Like, how would we accurately know? And if we do somehow accurately know, what would that do for us, you know? Like, what would, like, okay, so God is God, but like, so all we could do is really like quote unquote theorize for a time being, because we have to ask, could everything be revealed to us in the future? You know, I guess, because obviously there's a time where the theory is not a theory, something proves it, you know? There's some different level of proving without having to prove anything. It's just like seeing your relationship with quote unquote God, the isness, whatever the F you want to call it. And from that, who's to say, like, who's this, like, I'm just trying to ask, like, who's to say if, like, what would it matter if we knew that God controls everything or not, you know? Well, it would matter in one case that we would just know that there's some deep ass order behind this shit, you know? And us knowing some deep ass order behind this shit, then we could more or less spiritually act quote unquote accordingly, end quote. And I'm not threatening anybody. I'm trying to figure this shit out for myself. So I could have slipped right there. Nah. And I'm just figuring this shit out for myself so I could get out of the fucking detrimental predicaments, which New Age modern spirituality is low-key passively aggressively trying to say it could solve for you. Which, look at the testimonies of these coaches and see if they actually really solved some people's shit, or just took advantage of them on some real fucking neutral knowledge shit. You have an awesome life. I'm gonna open up my backpack, and that's just what it'd be. And you know, the responses are organized from the energies of Virgo. So thank you, and thank you.